What's up, everybody? Back again. I see people in the chat wondering what I was testing. I was just testing I downloaded the update for my webcam software. So is he testing something? Well, shit, I guess while I'm here, we can do you can ask me questions and I'll just answer them. I'm working on some other stuff, but little surprise stream. Here, let's see if I can change the name. Let's do surprise stream GOFURS party. CryptoPunk says, let's go party. Did you see the price? At least last night when I checked. Let's see if it's still kind of rumbling back from the first wave of airdrop sellers. Up 24% or 15% over 24 hours. So that's pretty good. It's got a nice little bottom going for it. Here, let's look at the chart. And speaking of party, if you look at app.hexpool.party, you'll see some improvements to the UI that we made. Things such as fixing the docs link, making sure the logos are showing up on both chains, the just better load screens for some of the pages, like the name tag NFT auctions and the My Wallet page, and then just better clarity on the minimum bid and the start auction section of the name tag NFTs. Added some information about the name tags themselves when you're organizing a pool. And so some of the other, I'm here reading off my list that Goldkey helped prepare. Kind of the next wave of updates to the pool party DApp are going to be even more improved load speed for the stake pools. Made it a lot faster than it was, but we're going to continue to optimize that. Direct URL links, so you can, if you're wanting to share a link directly to a pool, you just copy and paste the link, and then it'll take you right there instead of having to navigate through the DApp to get there. Fixing some things on mobile view with how the stake pools are displayed. We're going to add a party stats page. So that'll include the price chart, liquidity, the supply, the market cap, the holders, the amount of party staked, the amount of party burnt, the number of stakes, the percent of the supply that's staked, and things like the average stake length and other stake data. So go check that out. Please, if you see anything if you're getting error messages or something, please reach out in the Telegram. Don't DM me, please. When I see a DM, I assume I'm getting someone's trying to scam me. So if you have any questions, go to the t.me/Maximus DAO. Here, let me put that up under the Go to t.me/Maximus DAO. Do not get scammed. If you ask questions, scammers sit in those chat groups and then they wait for someone to ask a question, and then they DM them posing as me or someone else offering to help, and then they're going to try to get you to go to a link where you basically give them all your money. So do not do that. If you have any questions, only ask for help in public and receive help in public. And preferably only click links that are pinned in the chat. There really won't be any links that you need to click that are not pinned in that Telegram chat. So please do not get scammed. It always happens every time there's a product launch. The scammers come out in full force. So do not get scammed. Let's share this stream with everybody. Here, let's see if we can add it on Twitter. Okay. And now, all 11 of you watching right now, if you could share the link, that would be awesome. I'm going to share it as well. See what's up in the comments. CryptoPunk in the house. Dang, look at that handsome grin. Good to see you, Catcher. Thank you. Thank you, SMO Spider. Thank you for being here. What's Gucci? I had party in LP. I finally got him out of there. Can you discuss why it's best to not LP party again? Um, yeah, so um, it's not that it's best to not to. It's just that it may be a tougher decision than just like kind of casually LPing, because when you're providing liquidity, what that means is that you're earning some portion of the trading. You're earning some portion of the trading fees, and so that trading fee should at least exceed either the earnings that you get from holding liquid party, or it should exceed the amount that you can compound your party by staking it. So there's already two really great yield options that really don't have much risk, um, compared to providing liquidity, because really the worst thing that can happen to party, especially during this kind of early phase when price is at its kind of introductory point, where the price has gone down from launch because half the supply was allocated to an airdrop, the other half was allocated to liquidity, but because price can just move a lot, there's always a risk that the price of party just runs away from you, and now you just don't have your party. So um, the I think that kind of the whole purpose of party is that the kind of where you get to choose your yield source, whether you just hold your party liquid and you're earning hex from the hex staking, or you stake your party and earn more party. It's kind of got you covered there from in like kind of passive yield opportunities, and I just think that the odds of you experiencing impermanent loss are greater than the earnings potential of just holding the party or staking the party. And also, another thing to note is that half of the party supply is allocated to the liquidity fund, and um, so what that means is that you're up against a much larger competitor who can afford that impermanent loss. It's kind of the whole design purpose. Like you as a regular user, you maybe can't tolerate that risk of that impermanent loss. Where like if you put your party in the liquidity pool and price goes up, now you have way less party than you started. You as a user can't necessarily bear that risk. Compared to when you're competing against the liquidity fund, who is really designed to bear that loss. Like the liquidity fund, its loss is the user gain, and that's kind of the whole purpose of it. And so because it's just a competitive environment, you as a normal liquidity provider, a regular user, versus the liquidity fund, which is really designed to bear impermanent loss as part of its design. It's just not you don't necessarily need to, and there's no shortage of liquidity on the sell side in party. Putting in liquidity on the buy side in V3 positions like on 9mm, that's a whole different story, because basically what you're doing, if you put in say you put in a wrap pulse into the V3 position at a price slightly lower than the current party price, then in that case, if price goes down in party, you basically get like a party limit order filled, and then you can pull that, and now you have more party at a better price than had you just bought on the market. So putting party in the LP may be a tougher decision. Putting wrap pulse in the LP, that's a great choice, and especially if you use it like a limit order, or to even just like support the party price, because if there's a lot of liquidity on that buy side, meaning a lot of wrap pulse in that liquidity pool, then that helps reduce the impact of sellers on the price. And when there's reduced impact of sellers on the price, it makes it a little bit less risky from a new buyer's perspective, because there's a lesser chance that you could buy and the price just nukes the more of that buy side liquidity there is. And so putting wrap pulse in the liquidity pool is very much highly recommended and welcome. But putting the party in the LP is a little bit tougher of a decision. If you do put party in the LP, probably the way to do it would be to basically look at the chart and look in your heart and figure out where you think that price is going to come to a local peak, and then put a thin strip of liquidity in there, because usually when price is at like a local peak, that's when the trading volume is the highest, and that's when the fees would be highest. And so if you put it in at the peak and then the price moves, say you're okay, so say look behind me, look at this go, like say these lines are like where your liquidity position is. Say price goes up, and then it goes through. Now your party is now 100% rat pulse, but then say that was the peak and then price goes back down. Now it's back party, and say it oscillated around in here for a while and had high trading volume. You're earning fees during that time. And then if price goes back down, now you still have all your party up here, but you also have the fees that you earned. So using party as LP, almost like swing trading, where you're trying to round out that top quartile of the move. That's probably how I would do it if I were a regular user. But again, there's risk involved in that. Price could always just run right through it, and you're facing that same impermanent loss problem that we were talking about a moment ago. Live in public. That's right. Pump it, Gophers. Crypto Gains Club in the house. Crypto Gains Club, I think, has been around the streams for a long time. Hey, DC, enjoying seeing lots of you at the minute. Thank you. Hello, mate. What bear is best? Easy peasy. Hey, DC, could you talk about on the liquidity tranche at 9 million pulse? Yeah, let's take a look at it. So what he's asking about is the liquidity. Basically, there are a couple different tranches of liquidity with different densities that Minty B had established. And so what that means is that there was Gophers, like at the launch, put in those positions that was just ready for the market to buy. And that is kind of what has formed the market that we see. And so what we have are, there's basically like a tranche from like 1 to 3 million, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, and then later one from 6 to 21 was added. And so currently there's only, wow. I hadn't looked at this in quite some time. Currently there is 29. Okay, so in the liquidity position in between 6 and 9 million rat pulse, meaning here, let me pull up the chart and then we can look at this exactly. Let's share that tab, yeah. Okay, so let's switch to the rat pulse view. Oh my God. So basically in this little range here, so here we're looking at this chart. I hope you can see my screen. Here we go. So basically from in between 6 and 9 million pulse, we had like in there was a couple thousand Gophers that were available for purchase. And so as you see, a lot of it's kind of been bought up, and now we're at the top part of this where there's only, between 8 and 9 million pulse price range here. And so here I'm looking at that liquidity position on a swap that Hedron Up Pro, which lets you view it by the position ID, which I've identified. And so there is 29 plus, let's see, So 2137 times, what would that be? Between 8 and 9. So 1 over 21, 21 minus 9, which is, or 21 minus, let's see. So if there's 2137 in between current price and 21, that means that between, so 1 over 21 minus 8. So as is right now, there is about 190 GOFURS that are in, at least in this position. There are other liquidity providers and there's a V2 pool, but there's only about 120 GOFURS between this current price and 9. And so once it gets past that 9 pulse level, the amount of liquidity for sale becomes very, very thin compared to what it's been throughout basically this whole launch phase. The liquidity was deliberately made quite thick as a way to prevent like the first handful of buyers from getting a massively lower price than everyone else. So basically over the last almost 3 weeks it's been since GOFURS launched, basically everyone is getting in within the first 10x, and the majority of people are getting in the first, or like in between about 5 million pulse and now 8 million pulse. So most users are in that little range. And that was done for a couple reasons. One, just to get everyone a better deal. Like on average, everyone has roughly the similar cost basis, meaning they got in at like, roughly similar price. It wasn't like, the handful of people that bought right at launch, perhaps the initial price was too small. That's kind of what I see from that. Maybe Minty's learned from that a little bit with like starting it at the starting price at about $100. Maybe that was too small. It was quickly bought up to this like 5 range, but then, it's been between 5 and 8 for 20 days now. So, good on these people who got in at that very low range. But the majority of users are all kind of in the similar cost basis bracket. And so I like that because I think that it means that no one user just has like a dominant amount of the supply that can just nuke the price in the future. And then also, sacrificing some like, awesome looking chart, even though the chart looks awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, this is an awesome chart. Like, how a lot of coins, they try to trick new buyers into showing like, oh, this has gone up hundreds of X, when really it's like, there's barely any liquidity and no one's actually even realizing that 100X gain. The liquidity is actually really thick on the buy side. I think there's like 2.3 or $2.4 million of pulse sitting there ready to buy party in between the prices of 8 million pulse per party down to 1 million. And the majority of it is concentrated in that like 8 to 5 range. So doing it like this, where there is like really thick liquidity in this like tight, low range, it's just creating a really strong foundation for the market to build upon in the future. Rather than that buy side liquidity being spread out really thin, it's really concentrated. And if you look at some of the actions that Minty B has taken on chain, she has been doing these things that she called liquidity escalations, where as prices move through some of these lower ranges, some of that buy side liquidity, some of that rat pulse was taken from the lower ranges and then moved up into the higher ranges to kind of inch that price floor up and up. And what that does, and kind of what I was describing with the V3 rat pulse position on the party chart, where there being thick buy side liquidity underneath there, it really de-risks it for new buyers, because they can buy and then have pretty high confidence that that they'll be able to sell at some point. And so all these things I think are contributing to a really strong foundation for the market to grow upon. Party, yeah, look at the party chart. At least party on Pulse Chain. There's kind of that first wave of like initial hype buyers. The price started here again. Maybe this price was too low. Maybe the initial starting price should have been a little higher. But again, that had the same effect of bringing in a couple $100,000 of buy side liquidity, and looks like the bottom was formed at about 4.5 cents, and so pretty awesome airdrop. A lot of people were telling me this was the most valuable airdrop that they ever received. And what's pretty cool, I tweeted about this, but me as the GOFURS janitor, I overhear conversations sometimes while I'm cleaning the toilets, and the lifeguard, the pool party lifeguard, who is basically the executor of the liquidity fund. That lifeguard is looking real closely at some of these liquidity moves that Minty B is taking, and so it's kind of the lifeguard I know is quite grateful that there's kind of this like kind of more experimental launch and liquidity management operation going on to really learn from. It's like and it already kind of it influenced in terms of the launch of a party. Like if you recall, party had this whole launch sequence planned where there was all this stuff going on, but then after seeing how the liquidity structure of the GOFURS launch went down, that influenced the launch of party a lot, and I think that will probably continue. Crypto Gains Club locked in. Gosh, now we get a Gracias to catcher. Thank you for being here. Yeah, nice to catch you, Liv. My roof's already shaking. Might want to get that checked. Any hints about the upcoming awesome and totally unexpected edition of GOFURS? We'll see. It's so good. How does GOFURS liquidity compare to party? A lot more, partially because it's been around for about a week longer, and also because the liquidity in GOFURS was actually a lot more thick at the bottom ranges. And there wasn't like half of the GOFURS supply that was given in an airdrop. And so there's been a lot of selling that airdrop. And so the based on those things, it is a little less. Let's take a look. So party on Pulse Chain has about $383,000 of buy side liquidity. That's about as much as GOFURS on Ethereum has. Maybe a little more now because GOFURS on Ethereum has gone up substantially. But pretty cool to see GOFURS on, at least in the US dollar price, GOFURS on ETH and GOFURS on Pulse basically have similar charts and are at almost identical prices. So that's kind of cool. They're entirely independent. There's nothing binding those prices together. There's they're entirely separate assets. Mode is the best average metric in my opinion. I think the way GOFURS is launched create a solid mode average. Yeah. I mean, if you like round people to the like nearest 10th or maybe nearest like 100,000 pulse like increments, and then you probably get that like here, like say, okay, so here's the wrap pulse price, and then say you just like round to like 6.1, 6.3, 6.5, like just whatever increment you want to round to. A whole lot of users are getting in at basically where it ranged right here. A lot of people are getting in at these prices, and here too. I mean, kind of this whole range. Pretty cool. Any update on the pool off the roof event this week? I mean, I don't think it's happened yet, so it's entirely at Minty B's discretion. Last I looked, she was meditating. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at the party price. Let's cherry pick the chart so we get a nice little uptrend there. There we go. Nothing like cherry picking. Let's tweet that out. What should we say about the price being party price on Pulse Chain is 0.05555. It's a sign. Does anyone else have any questions? It's funny. I don't know if you were watching earlier, but the original title of the stream was test, and it just said test because I downloaded the new, just some like on the webcam software I use. I was just testing out the new like green screen thing. Minty got some prana. What's prana? Prana is a women's yoga and swimwear. Okay, prana is also in yoga and Ayurveda and Indian martial arts. Prana, the Sanskrit word for breath, life force, or vital principle, permeates reality on all levels, including inanimate objects. Oh my God, you're right. You are absolutely right. I don't think I've ever heard a better description of what just that essence that emanates from Minty's soul. Thank you for sharing that. I had never heard that word before. Where's that image of her? How do we copy this link so we can pull it up in the tweet? There we go. Live footage of Minty B planning the GOFURS liquidity strategy. Let's go. 0.555. Yeah, that's the next price target. Sheesh Ruan gang. X Phoenix asks, when can we expect to hear more on the unexpected development for GOFURS? Probably one day you'll just refresh the wallet.gofurs.cash site, and then you'll just see something that is so awesome. GOFURS reminds me of the Board Yacht Club during the last bull run. I think so too. I mean, I think there's something really special here. Will there be a shop where you can buy accessories for the Gophers exclusively with Hex, Maxi perks, etc.? Maybe. See, those are such hard things to spend though, because they can always moon. And I don't know if a Gophers keychain will moon. I mean, maybe. Who really knows? But maybe USDC. Any surprise for party holders? I mean, party holders get paid every 2 weeks. So I guess no surprise in that sense, but probably new income streams that are unrelated to the Hex stake pooling platform, or new formats of Hex stake pooling that I think can be really popular. And so basically just different types of boosts for earnings. Goki actually has a really awesome thing that we haven't even floated or rolled out yet for party people. But once that's more ironed out and looming, then we'll. Any update on Gophers listing on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap? CoinGecko said no, and CoinMarketCap basically sent an email back saying pay $5,000, which I'll probably do. I replied to the email asking where to send the money, but that is the status. What a business! $5,000 to get listed. What's the best place to copy and paste contract addresses from all your products? Here, I'll give you a link right now. I'm literally making a site right now. So all tokens equals app tables dot tokens dot search for token in all tokens self dot add component label where text equals. Okay, so this T should be something like T equals so probably maybe like the name and then just the contract address probably. So let's make the icon equals token logo. And let's make sure that this client code can search the table. And let's add party to this. One moment, you guys. Maximus pool party. Right. What is the party address? One moment, guys. I'm literally making a website right now so that you can see all the contract addresses. Okay. Token logo .url. Okay, let's see if that works. All right. One moment. Sorry, you guys have to be so bored right here. Okay, and now let us do. Okay, here we go. So here's a link that you can look at all of the contract addresses. So some of those you might see in there are like not my coins. This is just like the data table that I use for different assets when I'm building front ends. Most of them are in there. So you have Maxi Team, Base Trio, Lucky Desi, Polywater, Hedron, and Hex are in there. Lycosa in there. HSI, ABI is in there. So you'll see that. HSIM, which is like an HSI management thing. Diamond Hand Base, Diamond Hand Trio, Diamond Hand Lucky, Diamond Hand Desi, DCA, Name Claim, Gophers, and Party. You know what? Maybe the most scarce thing I've ever built, a name claim. Because it was like a temporary token just for something related to the party launch where most of the supply was burnt. But there's a couple little name claim floating around out there. But no liquidity, of course. Oh, logo. Let's get the Gophers logo. So when do the exec team plan to make Gophers the most expensive NFT in the world? I mean, that is $90 million is nothing on the way to $10 gazillion. Jesus says, dude, this is honestly the best thing I've seen in crypto in the last 7 years. Thank you. I agree. Benny Blanco says, hey, 5 Gophers for listening. Soon that's going to be point 0.00001 Gophers for listing. I think I got the number of zeros right. You have price target in mind for Gophers the bull market? Yeah, $10 gazillion. Coin Greco will regret that. Against Gov. 4/4s are dumb. That's what I'd say too if I were you. What's the difference between what? Chilling. Classic live coding stream. Yeah, I just Wow, last couple of weeks. What's the difference between when liquidity for maxi perps? When people who own the majority of those supplies put it in a liquidity pool. Those are kind of like what I was describing earlier about pool party. Those are actually quite difficult to provide liquidity for because you're probably not going to outperform just holding the coin because they earn on their own. So wondering when we'll have fully functioning NFT marketplace for EC4 for us. Rick Schmidt says, imagine ignoring the Pulse Chain NFT community. Come out with crappy AI art. Hex Maxis went from blocking NFT people to pushing shitcoins on ETH. Ha 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 ha. Well, one, sorry I wasn't like in the little insider, club around Pulse Chain NFT stuff. Perhaps just wasn't that nothing fully captured my inspiration. So it's not your guys' fault. It's not my fault. It's just the way it is. Crappy AI. Well, no, dude. Everything in GOFURS is hand drawn by myself personally. So not AI. Everything you see is hand drawn. Hex Maxis went from blocking NFT people to pushing shitcoins on ETH. Okay, none of those people represent me. I represent myself. So I'm not sure what you're getting at here. But again, I'd probably feel the same way if I were you. Is there a way to make people buy GOFURS with 5K money so you don't need to register them on a centralized entity, like a bonus, an incentive with a lock option, like an encapsulated GOFURS incentive? Make people buy GOFURS with a 5K money so you need to register on it. Well, so, I mean, the coin market, it's more just like a marketing incentive. And so, like I'm happy to pay that out of pocket. Like, who cares? That's nothing. Yo. Remember when Gold Key gave 10 gang members? Shit, now y'all launching shitcoins yourselves. Dude, look at the link I just posted. We've been launching shitcoins longer and more frequently than anybody. Maxi, Team, Base, Trio, Lucky, Desi, Poly, Water, DCA, Name Claim, GOFURS, Party. Shitcoins galore. Just for you, Rick Schmitz. Look at the link. I just... look at all those. What's up? Would be so cypherpunkish, real DeFi to not pay centralized pages. I mean, that's kind of how I feel. I haven't paid anything, like for any of the other things that I've built, I have not paid anything to get listed anywhere. But maybe that is a shortcoming. Who knows? App to Expo party is still very slow. It takes ages to load. Or anything about it? Yeah, so we just rolled out a pretty big improvement across the board. It can also depend on, because part of it is the images. There's not really any restrictions on image size. So if you're looking at the stake pools, sometimes people are loading really large images. And so depending on your internet connection, that may have an impact. But you should continue to see improved performance. Can you give us a comparison between eGOFURS and pGOFURS for the roof pool? Sure. So right now, let's see if we can... Let's just go to the GOFURS page. So right now, as is, on the Pulse Chain side, there are 5,168 GOFURS that are in that liquidity pool. And on the Ethereum side, there are 9,173 GOFURS in that liquidity pool. So if the roof pool was to happen right now, and if it wasn't to continue, because if you read the tweet, they kind of clarified some details around it. Like the roof pool is not necessarily one and a thing. It's more a way of life where, GOFURS get sold back into that liquidity position that Minty manages. There's nothing stopping it from just continuing to burn. So, but as is, the total GOFURS supply on Pulse Chain would be about 4,000 GOFURS, and the total supply on Ethereum would be about 1,000 GOFURS. So that's crazy. Rick Schmidt's back again. Why no liquidity for maxi perps? Because the people that own them have not put them in liquidity pools. And probably what that has to do with is that the expected fees are probably less than what you just earn by holding the coin and redeeming. And because they are like the way that the minting and redemption cycles work, every time the stake ends, the price basically yoinks right to that new redemption rate. So it just like ratchets up. And so if you can guarantee that the price measured in hex is going to go up, you as a liquidity provider are basically leaving money on the table if you're providing liquidity in between the like one redemption rate to the next. You're basically getting half your gains plus fees. So if the fees exceed what you would have got, then you could break even. But that's probably why. Endless airdrops for the holders. Yeah, I mean, well, just kind of think back to all the people that participated in stuff. So Maxi first, that was the first thing, and then Maxi. I guess that even before I move on there, so a lot more liquidity exists on PHUX. That's actually made a big difference in the perpetuals liquidity. So Maxi, when Team launched, you got like a virtual airdrop because something like 5% of the Maxi supply was burnt. So it was like a 5% value airdrop on your Maxi. And then Team launched, and then during this first year on Team, the team holders and all the diamond hand people, so Base Trio, Lucky Desi, diamond handers, they all got airdropped some Team and some Maxi. What else happened? What else? Then DCA holders, you basically like you bought the software for you bought yours, and you basically 50% revenue share on DCA, because when you bought access to it, you got a buddy pass token that you could sell or give. So basically what it was, a 50% revenue share. So DCA people got that airdrop. People that put ETH in the water contract, they got a fat airdrop at the party. Those are some of the top performing airdrop recipients. People that did name claim, they knew they were getting party, but they actually got more than what they were originally going to get, and and they basically got their names for free that they claimed through name claim. So that's like a little airdrop for them. GOFURS holders, they got an airdrop. Team holders got another airdrop. So yeah, a whole lot of weird. It's like the whole purpose of building crypto assets is to give value to users. Who would have thought that? Bummers. They aren't liquid like it was marketed. I mean, it's just the market, dude. People that own it don't put it for sale. What do you want me to do? Offer a higher price. That's the way to attract liquidity. Hand drawn, very cool. Yeah, it doesn't take too long. I'm pretty quick. Like little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then we have that. First NFT project I've invested in. Great project. Excited to see how this all rolls out. Thank you. $5K is nothing on the way to 10 gazillion% returns. Ignore the hater. 6x brings them along. Well, actually, I mean, I hire Rick Schmitz to troll in the chat, kind of that like controlled opposition, and he needs all the money he can get, so he's willing to take the $2 an hour that I give him to do it. Are there any news about Dipcatcher NFT, the charting indicator? I guess it's not an NFT. It's just I mean, it kind of is in a way, because when you bought it, you get saved in the contract as a member, DipCatcher member. There's no NFT related to it. Perhaps we should. There's a nice image on the site that you can just right click and save and then pretend is your NFT. So there's not technically an NFT. You did get a token that is redeemable when you burn it to get the to get access to the DipCatcher indicator. And I guess there was some new, I mean, this isn't necessarily new news, but the total supply of that is actually capped. So you can no longer purchase access directly from myself. You can only purchase it from existing DipCatcher token holders. This was designed to make the whole thing a little bit more scarce and to make access like a limited group of people. So if you want to get access to the DipCatcher algorithm, you have to buy the token on Ethereum. Yeah, not all tangerines carved are not receiving love from community members. It's usually the ones that were blocked and fall by RH. Yeah, I mean, it's like you interact with the stuff that you have like personal relationships with people. Like there's like a whole like, years of building rapport with certain people, and you of course can't, be talking to everyone or interacting with everyone. And so it's like, yeah, like I'm not familiar with everyone's thing that they've got going on. And that's not like a hit on anybody. It's just like, okay, there's things that you pay attention to and things that you don't. And it's no offense. I don't take offense to people that don't support my stuff. But not everyone leads with forgiveness, I suppose. No, it's probably just bear market vibes. Probably anyone who's upset are people that are just sad about prices. Benchwarmer says, been with all your projects since the beginning. DC, I love that new people coming in can see your unrivaled level of transparency. You're a gift to the community. Thank you. Rick Schmitz, all right, it's made a blockchain. It said to us, do something with it. Support those who build. Pulsation was made to be built on. When GOFURS hits 1 million each, the top is in. Maybe a local top. I don't know. These here GOFURS, they guaranteed 10 gazillion% returns, even if you bought the top, is what they said. Not my words, their words. So who knows? Yo, what's up? Anything important mentioned earlier? No, not really. Go for yourself. How to make an instant number go up at the cost of security. Trolling is an art form. Yeah, it's also a part-time job for some people. So based on the current state with the roof pull, east side will be more rare. Yes, as is. ETH will be more rare. Yesterday, there was a 24-hour period that there were no gopher sales. Really? I didn't see that. I mean, why would you sell? I know some people are nickel and diming on, a couple percent gains, which I guess is. Thanks for answering. The indicator is awesome. Thank you. Wins 77,777,777.77 pulse per fur ball. Probably in a couple hours. Too loud. It's the goat. Thank you. Just a guy. Fanatic Pulse. What do your parents think about this? I mean, they've known me since I was a baby. They know that this is. They're certainly not surprised. No, they love it. They love it. The thing they ask the most about is GOFURS. Heck, stake bonds, they're awesome for the end user, but I don't think they capture the imagination of people like the GOFURS do. There we go. They know. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's 8 in the fur balls. Oh, how about that? GOFURS price is currently 808 million, or 8.08 million pulse. 808s and heartbreaks. That's pretty awesome. So the pool party market cap is 2.7 million. The pool party on Ethereum is just under 1 million. So about $3 million almost $4 million of market cap on party. The market cap on GOFURS is 8 million market cap, or 8. Wait, oh, is $11 million market cap on Ethereum, or on Pulse Chain, and 11 million on Ethereum. That's pretty cool. There's that about, I don't know, what is that? $26 million of value. Pretty cool. Look how you betas simping after the wrong rodents. Can you draw a gopher live on stream? I guess I can. Let's see if I can get a dry erase marker. Hold on. Do I have one? Where is it? I used to have one. Ah, here we go. Nope. Come on. Where is my dry erase? Oh, here we go. All right, guys. We're gonna live draw the Gophers on this here whiteboard. So let's stop the screen share so we can get a nice view. Yeah. So let's do this. So we'll start with the teeth. Pretty good. All right. And then we'll carry on with the little nose part. Like that, maybe. Sort of fine nose. Maybe you need to make that a little bit more nose-like. No, here. Here's a little nose, and then from under the teeth we have like rounding out the nose, and then get the big eyes. Got that. And we got like head like this. And then we gotta add the glasses. Okay, then we got the body. That. Maybe give them a little bit of that chest center. And then some of them don't even have hands if you look closely, which means their hands are behind their back, but we'll add some little fingers here. So let's see, from the right hand perspective, that means the thumb would be like that, okay? So we'll go for thumbs. That, and they have little feet coming out of here. Look like you can't forget the gold chain. There we have it. Oh, I had the wrong comment. It's pretty good, right? Spend a rack and make a mill. Set the goal. Gophers are becoming a fantastic foundation to be unified even more and more as time passes. Yeah, imagine Gophers the card game. Gophers are looking to party. That's right. Now it's getting interesting. Best marketing. Meme it. What do you guys think of my artistic ability? Pretty good. It's crazy how people just buy GOFURS and don't sell. Right, you guys. I think I'm going to get off here. GOFURS Tank Talk game NFT. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool concept. The Tank Talk. All right, let's see if anyone's. Psychedelic Catfish .eth says he's my little plain Jane and I would love him forever. Had to get one. Can't fade Mr. Tanthanomanai. Thank you. Oh, I'm reading Twitter comments. Wouldn't it be better to create one unified system by merging Pool Party and Team perpetuals in one piece of entity rather than keeping them as two separate systems? I mean, the contracts themselves are immutable, so they can't change. Probably bringing them into one interface, like something that we wanted to do, we just didn't have time before launch, was to add base Trio Lucky Desi to the stake pool dashboard, so that like if you're about to join a stake pool, that you at least see what other e-share discounts you could potentially get. But you know, it just didn't happen. You know how it is. Some Spider says we appreciate your good picture. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, Big Dog. You familiar with these technological singularity? No, tell me more. Dang gang, what's up? You guys know that I'm one of the lowest buyers of HOA ever? I never sold. Speaking of that, one moment, please. Bet you've got an orange on deck. That's right. Love these ones. You just pop that top off like that. And just peel away. I hate so many languages. It's stupid. It's not stupid. I think it's for my life satisfaction. It's like perfect sumo Mandarin season right now. What's I love about oranges is that there's like the orange season is in the wintertime, but like during each little, like every couple of months, like a new category of oranges in the season. So you get some variety over time. Cooked Up the Night says, no, I mean in retrospective. I mean, yeah, maybe. But also it's like you learn things as you go. So, and I mean, you know, I don't necessarily view like is a bad thing to kind of have like numerous assets and things, because like all that means is just new opportunities, and so that's kind of the whole point. Certified. David asks, when roof pull? I have no idea. I'm waiting for it to happen. Like everyone else. I did hear some rumblings that, like, me as the GOFURS headquarters janitor, I did hear Minty saying that there's no real rush because she would just feel so bad for people who missed it. She's quite thoughtful. Minty needs a Monty. Hey, Sir Dipcatcher, what do you use for your background music? Let me find the link. It's called like Epiphany music or Epiphany sounds. What is it called? It's like royalty. Let me find it. Royalty-free music. Epidemic sound. That's what it is. Here. So I get this from Epidemic Sound. So here. So I like pay for the thing, and then it gives you like basically use as much as you want. You should find a new one actually. DJ Knight says, "Did I hear you hand drew all the Gophers?" Yeah, can't you tell? All right, we're gonna look for some new background music. Maybe some dreamy. I want some dreamy. Just pick around. A lot of too loud for music. Too much. Too sad. Let's do like select different moods. Oh, yes. Yeah. So we're gonna download. Oh shit! I'm not logged in. Whatever. Not gonna change the new music because I'm not logged in. So just because that's what we have. Well, I'll use my low number Gopher card. Transfer to another wallet. If you send it as an NFT, you won't. If you send it as an ERC20, you will. So I'm gonna make a little NFT transfer DApp for the Gophers. So maybe just sit tight. Just don't be in a rush. You don't need to move it right now. No mindset. What's up? Gophers is gonna pump so hard it's gonna melt your face off. It's kind of cool actually to just hide it here so you guys can see the background. Last we looked 9,000 on Ethereum and like 5,000 or 6,000 on Blockchain. All right, I'm like kind of casually working on something here in the background. I'll keep looking at that stuff. There. We'll pull up a price chart screen so you guys at least can see something interactive. And if you have questions, please do ask. And I will be here answering, but got stuff to work on. Ron Purpose is love your work, DC. Thank you. How about bring it back to 24/7 stream? It'd be cool. God, remember those 24-hour streams on like Big Data and stuff? What is considered a low number for GOFURS on Pulse Chain? On the whole, they haven't sold. What do you mean a low number? Like a low number that you have? I mean the like main break off is 1. There can only be a couple thousand people that have at least 1. So. That's not that one from on stream when we're building this setup. Bull streamer. I mean, dude's like 6'9". He's probably got women to run away from. If you're 6'9" from where are you from? Sweden. He's probably just drowning in Swedish chicks. So. Probably hard to stream when that's your circumstance. Do you know much about the ERX and PRCX tokens? No. All I know is they're not GOFURS. Hmm. Are we going to see GOFURS and market cap? Yeah, they asked for $5,000, so probably didn't get. All right, you guys. I think I want to sign off here. We're on for about an hour and a half. It's been a good time with you all. A whole lot of fun. And we will see you all later. So have fun, everybody. Have a great day.